Give me that faith. Give me that fashion. 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 Give me that faith. Give me that fashion.
Lord, you knew what you were doing when you created this one.
Uh-oh. Oh, you know, John, this is big time for me. I'm Pat Fields. I mean, the woman that's responsible for the four most important characters on TV. Sex in the City, Ugly Betty, the Devil Wore Prada. She's like iconic.
She's iconic.
I'm trying not to be nervous. I'm not nervous,
honey,
right? I'm not nervous. I'm
can
just
I share
like
something
babbling.
with you? You are an iconic statement yourself, though.
Oh my God, not in comparison to her. So here we are at 2 for 1, Patricia Fields. Unbelievable, unbelievable, unbelievable.
Oh my God. It's like Disco Vegas meets, I don't know, it's the shrine of that.
And I've traveled a lot in my work, and I've, particularly in Asia, China, Tokyo, Shanghai, I've stayed in beautiful hotels there. They make things quality, not like here where it's all cheaply constructed.
And they also do so well with small spaces.
And they're so beautiful, the aesthetics are beautiful. I have certain favorite hotel suites, like in the Grand Hyatt in Tokyo, in the Puli in Shanghai. And I always go back to those, I find the suite, because I go, sometimes regularly.
Right.
And it inspired me to solve the problem of where do I go from here?
Right.
Hotel suite that I love to go to.
Right.
And I'm so happy in. And it's a total change from this, palace of whatever boutte.
This is really beautiful, though, because it really does remind me of. You're right. It's like it was Barbie's house. It still looks like now. It looks like Barbie's store.
Yeah, I just got rid of the furniture. I didn't change anything in there.
It's beautiful.
Other than my bedroom, I transformed it into my beauty salon.
That's great downstairs. I love that. Every store should have a beauty salon. I mean,
of course.
Fantastic.
I think you're absolutely right.
I think every store should.
It's part of beauty.
It's part of beauty.
So, if you can offer all the parts that put together what you perceive as beauty, you can offer a complete idea.
Okay. So why do you wear all those symbols around your neck? How meaningful are they?
They mean things to me. They mean nice things to me. They mean warm things to me. And when I see them, I feel good, and so I then put them on my neck.
Do you think your gift of being as fabulous as you are was God-given?
Well, I don't really know about my fabulousness because...
I do. We all do.
Well, don't laugh it off.
I'm not laughing it off. I'm not absolutely not laughing. I'm just
Because
saying
I'm going to tell you very honestly,
it's so absolute.
I do not waste my time on fabulousness.
Okay.
I am here. I have one life. In my life, I want the most I could get out of my life. And if I have to think about how fabulous I am, I'm wasting my time. I got better things to do. That's why.
Wow.
Now, I don't know if you call that faith or you call that logical deduction.
Well, there's a sense of humility in it also. Being you're really
life
it's a
is
modesty.
bigger than me. I
Right.
respect it.
Okay.
And I want to maximize my experience in it as long as I'm having it. And for me, thinking about how fabulous, I always find it a little like distracting when people start like using those words, because I mean, if you
Okay.
want to talk and have a relationship, let's do it. But it doesn't really start with you telling me how fabulous I am.
True.
It starts
Okay.
with you, interesting me and drawing me into a conversation with you.
Okay. Okay.
Right? What am I going to do? Talk about how fabulous I am?
No.
No.
No. I want to know, I just wanted to know what okay, so I'll rephrase the question.
It's okay.
How
It was
how
totally
do you
fine.
how do you practice your faith, a faith, or the faith that you have in this bigger being that's larger than you?
I think I practice my faith in what I just told you. That is my faith. To be happy, to fill my life with all great positive things that I want to get up in the morning and live. And whatever makes me happy, I most of the time understand it. We're all, we think maybe, oh, we want this, but that was kind of dumb.
Oh yeah, I've done that a
But
lot.
that happens. But in general, come here, babe. In general, it's just about what makes me, I know it inside of me, what makes me happy. I know it in my gut. I know it in my heart. I know it in my brain. I've learned to understand these three things and how each of them feel collectively. And when they get together, I'm going, yes. That's my spirit.
Were you raised any particular way?
Oh, I miss you. Of course, I was raised, and everyone was raised in a particular way.
In a faith. Were you raised
Oh,
in a
in a
certain
faith?
faith? Yeah. Yes, everyone was raised in a particular way.
The faith of my family, let's call it, my people are Eastern Orthodox Christian.
From where?
My mom's side from Greece. My dad's side, he was a Turkish Armenian. And they were not particularly religious people, from the sense of the Christian religion. They had their own religions. My business was one of their religions. But they didn't poo-poo it.
Okay.
My grandmother would go to church every once in a while. But it wasn't, I didn't have a strong religious Christian or some kind of religion experience in my family.
Just on a historic value of what you just said, I know that most people are not aware of the plight of the Armenian people.
Oh yeah.
And how there's a certain kinship, I'm just saying to you, because I think it should be said
I want to talk about a religion that I completely forgot about.
What is that?
I got from my family. I do believe in the ancient Greek gods and goddesses.
Oh, you must explore that with. You have to tell that, because I don't know anything about that, so educate me.
The Greeks started all the bullshit, I gotta say, but they did it in such a great way. The bullshit I mean by putting a human form
To a spirit.
to a spirit. Yeah.
It's much easier to digest
And that
that
mixed
way.
up a lot of people. And to this day, the whole world is a mess because of it. But the Greek gods and the goddesses, even though they were in the human form, the Egyptians before them never did that. They had human qualities.
And frailties.
Yes.
Lots of
or I
them.
would say characteristics.
Right.
It includes the frailties, the qualities, whatever. And they had their affairs, and so they had these different. I use that as an example. Like Zeus, he was like a ladies' man. His wife was like a jealous of all the cavorting he did. But he's the king of the gods.
Right.
So there was a connection in the life of the gods to the life of the people.
Well, it's more relatable that way, isn't it?
Yeah. So I find that more, interesting because it's not preachy. It doesn't really tell you what to do. It's just showing you it's like a soap.
Gotcha.
And you're watching it and you're drawing your conclusions.
Right.
It's not, and then if you get something, a great piece of information, or you get some great idea from something that, for example, whatever Aphrodite did, or some experience, a story about her, you relate to it and it finds a place within your system without Aphrodite saying, this is what you have to do.
Gotcha.
These are the rules. So I like that about the ancient Greek gods and goddesses. And they were a family.
Yes.
Zeus, they were either his illegitimate kids or
legitimate
whatever.
kids or
Yeah.
whatever, they were his.
Yeah.
But
And, there were, what it was like, for example? There's a movie called Raise the Red Lantern. It's Chinese.
oh, I love that movie.
It was kind of like, those women
I can't
carried
believe you
on that
can't-
way with Zeus.
I can't believe you're bringing up that. Wasn't that a gorgeous? That was
Beautiful.
a magnificent
I love that
movie.
movie.
That was a great movie. Oh my! I can't believe you're saying that.
So anyway, it was that, there was some human that you could relate to, and not just like the 10 Commandments and the 7 deadly sins, and it's if you got something great idea or whatever from a god, you would sing their praises.
So, what would Pat Field's 10 Commandments be?
I just don't like the word commandments. It's not
How
a
about
word that I'm
Pat Field's
comfortable with.
suggestions for to live a faithful and gracious life?
Okay. There are several. One would be intelligence. Because intelligence is a physical ability to receive, store, and sort information.
You're right. Okay.
Another thing would be a positive outlook. Now, some of us are lucky enough to be born into families that have this positive, and they teach their kids that. They don't teach them in a classroom, they just teach them in the way they live and behave.
Right.
So some of us are fortunate to have that richness. Others, it's not so rich, and it's like the Cabbage Patch dolls. You're born into the really good Cabbage Patch. Okay. And
I love your analogies. They're fantastic. They're so great.
It's harder for the ones that are not as fortunate, and that's all it is.
Yeah.
But by example, if they see it around, the idea is to be positive, because positive and intelligence are all tools of happiness.
Yes.
And happiness is basically balance.
Oh, I totally agree. Balance.
And whatever
it's the
is
hardest
your
thing.
balance.
And it's the hardest thing to achieve
No,
as well.
I don't think so. I think you have to understand yourself. I always use the pizza pie because it's a good New York analogy. And all of these different parts are like slices. And they make a whole. And if all of these slices are delicious, then, the pizza pie experience is great. But if there's some kind of, whatever, rotten fish on the pie, you go, "Tui."
You throw out the rotten anchovies on it.
You gotta
and
know to
start
throw
again.
the rotten anchovy out,
Right.
not to eat the rotten anchovy. But you have to know what the rotten anchovy is, because if you've been brainwashed to love a rotten anchovy, you'll think it's normal.
That's true.
That's where the intelligence and the ability to have experiences and remember them and sort them out.
But didn't this come to you after many experiences in your own life, and you came to this
Yes.
conclusion?
It did.
You have to go through it to make the pizza.
You have to experience
Right.
it. The whole point is, how long does it take for the lights to go on? If you have a life that's like 70 years lifespan, and you figure it out when you're 65, well, that's great. You had the end of your life happy,
5 years,
which is
right.
very good. But if you figure it out when you're, whatever, 20, you've got the whole 50 years
Yeah.
of
Yes.
positive, when you're starting your life. So if you start out with the components, your odds are better to enjoy what that gives you.
Okay.
You see? So, I don't know. Yeah, you have to go through it. And the point is, you never reach a point that you know and you know everything. Because if you did, there would be no reason to live.
No, the intellectual part would just shut down because you're at full load.
No, you're at full load, but you're not getting any new
No,
information.
nothing.
Not that you're at full load. Who knows? Maybe you're at 3/4 load. Maybe you're at half load. I have no idea. That depends on your capability. But shutting down to information, it's like you want to dig your grave.
Pat, do you think that the fashion industry is misjudged for just being vain and vapid and self-contained, self-absorbed? You think it's been misjudged?
When someone doesn't understand something, they should not judge it. Judging is a tricky thing to start off with. I don't like judging because it presumes that you know better than the next guy,
Obviously,
and I don't
yes,
like that.
That's true. But do you think that? Do you think that the fashion industry is misjudged? Or, and you know what? I'm going to re-answer this question. I'm going to ask you this question. How do you think faith and fashion is related?
I think that anything creative is a child of faith.
I love this answer. Keep going.
So, I mean, faith in fashion, faith in architecture, faith in anything, faith in physics. Einstein, he was a scientist, but he was an artist. He was a creator.
Yes. So it's faith and creativity.
You have to have faith. I'm not saying you have to have faith in some one God or that God or that God. You have to have faith in the cosmos, an understanding of just try to understand where we actually are right now in this cosmos.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's all of that different information that nourishes faith.
Okay.
And in the end, if you believe in some good cosmos, then to me that is faith.
So Pat, if you had to design the Pat Field prayer, universal prayer, what would it be?
Oh, I don't know, some disco song, Take Me Home, by Cher. Take me home,
Oh,
because home is where I want to be.
that would be your prayer? I
Yeah.
love that. I absolutely love that. Is there a feng shui in this place?
There's my feng shui, yes.
What is Pat Field's feng shui? As I'm staring at your Hamsa bracelet, your evil eye bracelet.
Everything has to be in balance, and when it's in balance, it's on its way to beautiful. It's there. Add a little bling, a little stardust, and you're off. That's my feng shui. And in order to experience a beautiful environment and a beautiful experience, you should not be distracted by objects that you have to step around or that get in your way. There's a certain movement that's very important, only in as much as that it is not distracting. Mm-hmm. Because you're there like in another world, and then if you trip on something that's in your way, it jars your experience.
There's to be a movement in here.
Yes.
Gotcha.
And that's what I believe feng shui is about.
So Pat, if you had to ask me this, if you had to ask me a question, what would you ask me besides why am I wearing a coat?
Why what?
Yeah,
why are you wearing a coat?
Besides that, why I'm wearing a coat?
Yeah, why are you wearing a coat?
I know, because it was like I was doing like a fall thing and I got carried away.
I know. What does the fall have to do with this?
I don't know, because it's filming in fall.
All right,
You know,
but,
it's a fashion thing. I
rabbis
know.
should be knowing things. I thought they were wise people.
We are wise, but we're human. We have things that we have to learn, and we learn from our experiences. And I'm listening to you, so I'm learning as I'm doing that. So
Okay,
besides
good.
that question, what's the question? What question would you have for me?
I don't know. I'm very curious about you, but I don't think I have a specific question yet. I have observations, but I haven't reached a point of a question yet. to
Okay,
you.
so we'll have to get back to it then.
Sure.
Okay. Okay.
Because I'm not going to just make up a stupid question.
Okay. Fair enough. Thank you very, very much. I really appreciate it. This has been an experience. Although it was a great conversation, I learned a lot. Thank you very much.
I enjoyed it myself.
Thank you, and I take that as a big compliment. And I'm not going to say you're
And
fabulous.
now
I'm not
take your
saying
coat
anything.
off, stay at home, have a coffee.
Okay, I'm taking my coat off.
We're sitting
I'm
under
staying
this
my
gorgeous
home.
skylight
Oh
here.
no, we're sitting under the shark.
The shark.
The blinged out shark. Thank you very much. I really enjoyed this. I really did.
Same here.
I think this was great. This was definitely a very different fashion interview. Oh my God, wasn't it unbelievable?
My goodness.
Oh my God,
She's so amazing,
she's
Tobi.
amazing. Look at her. She's such a free spirit, but a free spirit connected to such great intellect,
And that's
which
what's so
is
beautiful.
so strong. I mean, it's a little woman with such an enormous amount of strength and character, and you never know that.
That when you hear a story like Tobi's, filling you in, when you have to overcome a pretty bad setback and kind of start over at whatever age, you're not 20 years old, you have to start over at a certain point in life after a setback, and, like she became a rabbi, and that's something, you think is hard in general, just to overcome something
You
and
have
come
to,
back stronger?
if something happens that's negative in your life, you have to rid yourself of it, and you overcome it by ridding yourself of it, and then you start where you need to be and where you're happy. It's not that complicated. I gotta say that you make a big soap opera about it, and it's not a soap opera. It's real. Deal with it. If you have a bad experience, if you fall down and you make your knee and it bleeds, well, it heals. And your life is not over. You're over there doing whatever. That's my analogy. It's that simple. It's no
Yeah.
drama.
You can't
There's
dwell.
no time for drama. That's my
You don't seem to dwell on anything.
I dwell on beauty, not on ugly.
Not on.
Ugly.
We got Patricia Fields. Could you believe it? Could you believe it? Like, let's have a toast to Pat Fields. Oh my God. Oh my God. No food, just wine.
Listen,
Oh my God, Patricia Fields. Okay, like Sex in the City. Which one of those four lovely ladies do you think I am? I have my answer, but I want to hear what your answer
Okay,
is.
well-
I mean, it's definitely not Samantha. Let's rule out Samantha.
listen,
Because
we won't
I
go
just,
there.
I can't,
We
I
won't
can't,
go
I
there.
cannot go there.
just
Even though
because
I
you're
think
blonde
she's like,
has nothing to do with it.
resemblance-wise, it's mostly Samantha, but like the insides and not,
It's not there.
No,
I
exactly.
honestly believe you're a combination of Park Avenue
The Park Avenue chick,
and
the one
Jessica
that met,
Parker, yes.
and Sarah, and what's her name? Carrie
and
Bradshaw.
Carrie. You're a combination of those two.
I'm the House of Faith and Fashion.
There you
It's a
go. That's
combo
what it's about.
platter. I'm the
Combo.
Couldn't you see Carrie Bradshaw as being a rabbi? Would that be
Well,
hysterical?
well, listen.
What
you
kind
know
of
some-
rabbi would she be?
Well, you know something? It's funny.
As crazy as I am.
I think she would probably have. She would probably definitely be as crazy as
you
you
think
are.
she'd have like that moments? Like
Well,
I have
you
my
remember, as I said before, God knew what He was doing when He created you. So that's truly.
as I stare up to the crystal chandelier.
That's
I know, but
truly
I need.
in itself,
But
that's a
honey,
blessing.
I need like a Mr. Big.
Well, see, now that's the part that we talk
But I
about.
need a nice Mr. Big,
Well,
not
listen,
one that
we
like
spoke of
dashes
something-
out, you know.
Something is in the making.
Something's in the making. I need a Mr. Big because I need like one of those
Something's in
hunky big guys. You know, I need a hunky.
Well, I definitely see you
hunky
with a
big
big
guy,
guy.
hunky big guy. Because
Yeah.
you know I'm a.
Because you're a tall,
I'm a
slender,
tall
beautiful
girl.
woman. You need a, you know,
Thank
you
you
need a big
so
guy.
much. Although if I had like an ad campaign on the side of the bus, it wouldn't be in that tutu thing, would it? And I'd be
Well,
running
listen,
in the water.
What I can say is you'd probably have a feathered number. You probably wouldn't have a tutu.
Oh, like my feather skirt. Like
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's true. That's
That's
true.
a beautiful number.
I'd be the feather thing. Yeah.
And
That
they're
would
beautiful feathers. They're light and they're lovely.
Yes.
Very chic.
So what was your favorite part about like Patricia? I love her quirky style. I think she's like
Wow.
unbelievable.
You know, there were so many wonderful
You believe how
parts.
old she is?
Listen,
She looks
That
fab.
kind of tore me into pieces when she said that she was, and you know, bless
She
her
is
heart,
fab. She
What
is
I-
like
what I
fab,
love about
fab
her the most
personified.
is that she's
Humble.
so real and humble,
Humble.
and down to earth.
Could you believe somebody like that being so humble? It's
It only,
unbelievable.
it's only, you know, imaginable because it's something that's so real. And being that it's a real situation and she's a real woman, and you know what she does, she dressed real woman, and she
And she
gives
made
that
fun of
sense
me.
it. Well,
She made fun of me.
Do
And
you-
I said, I told her that she can make fun of me. And so she was happy that I allowed her to do that.
she was really sweet.
She was like, she gave me a hard time, but it didn't matter because it was like,
Well, you're a
God,
tou-
you
well,
can
you're a
give me.
tough- You listen, you're
you
a
can
tough
give me-
cookie.
No, I'm not.
You're a tough cookie. But
I
you're a
am
good cookie.
not.
You're a tough
I'm
cookie.
not
but
a
you're good
tough cookie.
Listen, I love you with all my heart,
But
but you're a tough cookie, and that's a good thing, though.
so not right. So
But,
not
but
nice.
listen, it's a good thing.
I made such a nice
You're
meal,
a-
and you're
but
calling me a
you're-
tough cookie?
You're stunning.
I know, but it's
Listen,
not right.
Every woman that I know that's a good woman is a tough cookie. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we have to. We have to.
You have to.
We have to
It's
protect.
a part of that show.
Yeah. Yes.
I wouldn't. I
So
wouldn't
do you
see
think
it
that
any-
you think that I could be the fifth one of the Sex and the City one?
You
girls?
probably know
Could
something.
I be
would
number
be fabulous.
five?
You would be number
Couldn't
five.
I
'cause
want to
you
be
would-
in the movie?
You would be.
You know,
would
like
be at
I
number
want to be a
five.
character in the movie. I want to be like that number five. That's the combo platter
Yes.
of all of
Now
them.
that's what I'm talking about.
That's what I want.
Yes.
Although I'm going to pick and choose like little
Yes,
identity
love.
things, and of course I want everyone's wardrobe. I want the
course.
whole. All. I'm
But
not.
you would have a combination.
No,
of
I
all
want
of
the
them.
whole. I want everyone's wardrobe together. I want because you know I always have a different look. I have you know I'm slightly you know I'm multiple personality disorder fashion wise. Oh my God, I hope I'm not diagnosed with anything crazy. Is there medication?
No, there's no
Multiple
medication.
disorder fashion look wise.
Father, there's no medication. for this.
No
Sister,
medication.
No.
Okay, so let's work to the House of Faith
To
and
the House of Faith
Fashion,
and Fashion.
and all of its glory, Lord. It should be blessed. Amen. Chaim. Oh my God, I got it.